Hey everyone, it's Joe Waxman, and today I want to talk about something a little bit different, something that I don't normally talk about. I want to talk about money and precious metals, gold, silver, and crypto, and blockchain, and the Great Reset, and what that all means for where we're going, where we're at, where we're headed, and the big picture view, my view about all that. Now. Obviously, I'm not a financial expert, and usual disclaimer: none of this is financial advice, and it's not supposed to be. I'm just really talking about the big picture of things, about on the philosophical side of where this is all going from my perspective. Now, I think a lot of people are concerned. There's a lot of talk I've heard about, I don't know, the crypto crash, and people are like, oh, see, I told you crypto is nonsense. It's going to, it was all a, Ponzi scheme or whatever. People are saying all kinds of stuff, doubters, haters, all that. And they're saying, well, gold and silver is the real thing, but, and I love gold and silver. I have tons of silver, and silver probably right now is, unless you have tons of money, I go for gold. If you don't have tons of money, load up on silver. That's my opinion. It's not financial advice. That's what I'm doing. Crypto is a bit unstable. I do believe it's going to go a lot lower, and here's why. Well, I'll get to that. And the fiat. What's the alternative? Now we have like fiat currency, which obviously is the U.S. dollar, and basically all the national currencies these days are fiat. And what we're witnessing is the end of fiat currency. Fiat currency has a built-in time limit because it's based in debt. And so it's sort of self-defeating. It's cannibalizing itself because the debt grows and grows and grows faster than the value. And then the people who are fiat, what fiat means is by control, by command, by order. That's what fiat literally means if you look up in the dictionary, by command. So the people at the top are trying to control it. But what ends up happening inevitably is they're siphoning off the value, right, to them and their crony friends. We're witnessing that like gangbusters, like the last few years, Joe Biden's printed trillions of dollars, and they're giving it out to all their friends, and they're having a heyday, and we're getting all poorer and poorer. Excuse me. Sorry, just got a text. So fiat it's on its way out, and what they're trying to do with the Great Reset is they want to bring in a new currency. Basically, the old currency inevitably has to be wiped out, and then you start over with a new currency. And this falls in line with their global control. They want to sort of put everything under one central command. You're seeing that with the whole pandemic thing. They want the WHO to have control over the whole world, basically, as far as like what's a pandemic, and they want it to have step over the boundaries of the sovereign, national sovereignty, so that nations cannot, override it. It's basically online with their one world government global control agenda, and they want to have global currency along with that. Most likely a global digital currency, not blockchain, not a cryptocurrency, a digital currency, where they will be able to have ultimate control. Basically, they want control of everything. That's really the big picture, what we're witnessing. They want control over every aspect of our lives in the world. And so that's where all this is going. They are trying to collapse the dollar and the euro and all fiat currencies. We're witnessing all the collapse of all fiat currencies. The thing is that the dollar has been king for quite a while, and it has sort of bolstered up all the other currencies, including silver and crypto, through derivatives, right? So the prices that we're seeing now are reflective of the collapse of the dollar. Basically, the dollar is going to sort of keep its head up while it brings everything down. and we're seeing that like silver is at like $21, cryptos at like 21,000, or sorry, Bitcoin and all the other cryptos are really, really low. Other currencies are even lower than the dollar. So like, what do they call it? The ugliest? I can't remember the prettiest, whatever the analogy is. That is basically the best looking, you know, out of all the ugly people. Something, I don't know. I can't remember the saying, how the saying goes. But yeah, the dollar is falling. The dollar is getting hyperinflated or stagflated, I guess they're calling it. And all the other fiat currencies are doing even worse. So we're going to witness major economic despair, recession, probably depression. I can't remember. I don't know the definitions of either. Depression's worse. But yeah, like major collapse on the financial front. And so the point being there is that while fiat currency is driven into the ground, the derivatives that have pumped up both silver and crypto are going to be sucked out of both of them, and they're going to get deflated as well. Probably initially worse than the dollar, because the dollar's been king. So all the other currencies, silver, gold, well, gold will probably fare the best out of everything, but silver, you know, is also quite stable, but it's still, we're still seeing a major fall in silver from where it was a while ago. I remember it was at $30. I don't know how long ago, but not too long ago. So now it's at $21. And Bitcoin will probably go a lot lower as the dollar crashes. We will get to a low point. I don't know how low. I don't think anyone really knows. I just heard somebody say minimum 14,000 for Bitcoin, probably lower than that. But then it'll rebound. And here's why it's not going to go to zero. Okay, here's the big picture with crypto. Obviously, gold and silver will never go to zero. They have intrinsic value. But so does Bitcoin and the blockchain technology as a whole. And here's why. What is blockchain? If you don't understand what blockchain is, you will think it's a Ponzi scheme. It's going to go to zero, whatever. You think it's not backed by anything. I've heard that it's not backed by anything. That's wrong. Crypto is backed by something. It's backed by its own technology. It's a technology and it has value, right? You know, silver and gold are not backed by anything if you put it in that sense, because what's gold backed by? Gold backed by gold. I mean, it's a precious metal. It's what's gold backed by? Actually, it's physical. That's number one. It's backed by its properties. It's rare, and it has aesthetic appeal, and it's used in some technology, right? So it has its uses, it has its value, first aesthetically and technologically, and it has rarity, and it has immutability. Like it can't be destroyed. You can't destroy gold. Same for silver. Silver actually has, I believe, even more value as a technological product. So silver in the next indefinite, future will probably have an increasing rate of value of growth of over gold, because its uses will keep increasing as technology grows. We're going to find more and more uses for silver. It is the best conductor of electricity known to man. That alone has incredible value. So what value does crypto have? Well, the blockchain is digital timestamping. And it came out of, I researched blockchain because I was super fascinated with it when I realized what it was. It came out of an attempt to figure out how to have how to timestamp things, how to have this immutable system where things could be unchanged. Like you could write something in time and you can't go back and change it. It's digital timestamping. I think it started analog, like as a way to ensure that things were kept in a certain order that couldn't be changed, but it moved to the digital realm. And so this is very important to understand that it's immutable. It can't be changed because it's digital timestamp. It's distributed ledger. It's a ledger that cannot be changed. You can't go back and change it. And it works by consensus. Basically, if you have like 100 computers or 1,000 computers, they all have to match and they all have to agree about what the digital timestamp is. And if it's off, if one goes off or two goes off or five goes off, it won't fit. Like you can't change it. You can't change anything in the blockchain. You can hack it, but you need to have more power than the 50%. So it's like ridiculously amount when it grows big enough. It's like basically almost virtually impossible. When it's small, when it's small enough, I think there are ways to do it. And I know, like I learned about this, and forgive me, my mind is not very detailed. That's why I always focus on the big picture of things. I forget details because I just don't like. It's not like I have bad memory. I don't like to contract my mind to remember too many details. I just try and get the big picture of things, and that's what I'm good at. So anyway, yeah, it's incredibly hard to hack. It virtually impossible, not impossible, but virtually impossible. And the more it grows, the greater the potential, the harder it is to hack. Mathematically, I think it's like, I don't know, it grows exponentially. But yeah, so the value in crypto is backed by its technology. Blockchain is a technology that is here to stay. Once you understand what it is, you will understand that this is an incredible, it is a breakthrough. It is a technology like the internet itself, like cell phones, right? Once we get it, once we understand what it is, we cannot put the genie back in the bottle. There is no going back. Blockchain is a revolutionary technology that will never go away, because once we understand it, it will always recreate itself. I mean, if there was some like global event to wipe out all the cryptos that we have now, we would create new cryptos, because the blockchain, we understand what the blockchain is. It's like we understand what the wheel is. So we can never destroy the wheel, because unless we destroy humanity to the point where nobody can remember anything, or and we start over from scratch, we're always going to have the internet too. We're always going to have cell phones. We're always going to have these technologies that we've already learned, because we understand them. It's like once you learn how to ride a bike, you always know how to ride a bike. You don't forget it. Blockchain will never go away, and it has value. Anyone who says that crypto or Bitcoin is not backed by anything doesn't understand what it is. It's backed by its incredible technology, and that is a value. There's a huge value in that. In digital timestamping, it has its own value. That's why Bitcoin was created in the first place. That's why it had validity. That's why it has grown into what it is, because it's able to store value. The technology itself can record. It's digital. It is digital. A digital store of value. That is what it is. And I challenge anyone to disagree with that, because it's I've studied it enough to know that that's what it is. So point being, Bitcoin will likely, outlast all of us. I mean that. There are other cryptos may or may not. There will be other cryptos that outlast, that stay with, Bitcoin, and others that will fall away. That's debatable. But Bitcoin and a few others will outlast all of us. I promise you that. And so the big picture is that when Bitcoin hits its low, it'll be an incredible buy. I don't know when that is, and that's anyone's guess. There's no telling when it's going to hit bottom. But even right now, it's still a great buy. And we'll see 10 years from now, we'll be like, damn, I wish I bought $20,000 Bitcoin. I can tell you that. I mean, but it might get a lot lower first. So that's the only thing. I don't know how low. I mean, I'm holding out for maybe, $10,000 Bitcoin. Maybe I could buy a Bitcoin. Who knows, right? The whole one. Anyway, but as far as that goes, so yeah, I mean, fiat. And here's the other thing: like fiat currency is done. Like we're done with fiat currency. Russia's already got a gold-backed currency, and that's where we're going. We're going with the world is fed up with fiat manipulation. We've been there, we've done that. We see where it leads, and it leads to ruin, right? It leads to a few fat cats controlling everything, and robbing the people blind. That's what they're doing with fiat. They're robbing the people blind. And we don't just need a better fiat. We don't need a better fiat. Oh, this time we're going to do it right, and we're not going to allow the people to nonsense. Fiat by its very nature means the people are controlling it from the top. That's what fiat means. That's what it is. You cannot change the nature of the beast. That's what fiat means. It means by command. So people at the top are controlling it. And backroom deals. We're gonna take a little for ourselves, a little more. Like, here you go. We just printed out $1 billion. Here you go. $1 trillion, new 10 trillion. Here you go. Our friends get it, and the people have to pay. I'm not a communist or socialist, because that's obviously another dead end for the people. It's just pretends to be for the people, but I really am for the people. And crypto is also for the people, and so is gold and silver. The problem with gold and silver, everything has its limitations. You cannot. I have a bunch of silver, but I can't take it and buy stuff with it on the internet. I can't. I can do that with fiat, because fiat is exchangeable digitally, and I can do that with crypto. I actually bought silver with crypto, which was awesome. I used my silver. I sold, before it really plummeted. I sold all my crypto and bought silver. Right? It was a good trade, because it fell a lot further. I plan on buying crypto back when it goes to the bottom. But I can't send crypto to Japan silver to Japan just like that. If I want to do business with Japanese or Chinese or Australians or even Europe or anywhere, even Mexico or even California, I can't do that with silver. The only thing I can do with silver is in person, right? So that's the limitations of silver. There is no digital silver, and if there was, I wouldn't trust it, right? That defeats the value of the silver. It's manipulatable. It's a derivative. Digital silver would be the same as fiat, which it is. That's the paper silver, and they manipulate the hell out of it. That's one of the ways they control the price of silver, paper silver, the theoretical silver. But the value in crypto is that it is digital, but it's immutable. It's not, you cannot do fiat currency with crypto. You cannot just print it out unless that's built into the system. There's many different kinds of crypto, but you have to know what you're getting into with the crypto. And if it's hard, once the program, the algorithm is set, you cannot change that. You can't print more Bitcoin than is allowed. There's, the miners are the way that new Bitcoin is created. You can't change that. They could change the programming, but it would then again, it would work by consensus. It would have to take all the people who are, I guess, the miners, maybe the wallet holders. I don't know how they organize it, but each crypto will be different. But however they organize it, they all agree that that's how it's organized, right? It's not centralized, it's decentralized. It's not one person or a few people at the top calling the shots. It's the owners and the miners who are doing it. And so therefore it's an equitable system that is very evolved and advanced. And there are people who are probably going to explain it better than I am, but I do understand it, and I hopefully have explained enough of the main points that you get it, that fiat is a top-down system that's controlled by a few people, and it's centralized. Crypto is decentralized, it's immutable, it cannot be changed. That's what immutable means. It's transparent, right? You can go on the blockchain and you can see every single exchange that has happened. You can't see that with fiat, right? So that means that nobody can manipulate it behind the scenes unless there's again, I'm not accounting for all cryptos. They're all kinds of cryptos, and some cryptos have some weird built-in things that allow people to control it. So that's why you have to do your homework. I'm talking about the main system, and I'm mainly talking about Bitcoin. right? And a few others that are very similar. So yeah, it's immutable, it's transparent, and it can't be changed, and it can't be hacked virtually, right? Again, I know, again, okay, there has been hackings, but you know, once the system is, you know, established and hardened and big enough, it won't be hacked. It can't be hacked, right? Bitcoin hasn't. Yeah, there are people who've stolen Bitcoin out of wallets and exchanges, but that's, you know, that's aside. I mean, you know, I mean, again, we have to compare it to fiat, which is, you know, infinitely more corrupt and hackable and dirty, and, you know, has potential, has built-in potential for theft, you know, on a massive scale, vastly more massive than would be allowed in something like Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of the other cryptos. Yeah, there were a few leaks and hacks, but as the technology grows, you know, that's going to be less and less possible. Again, you have to compare it to fiat, right? Gold too. Somebody can just come in, you know, and break in and steal your gold or your silver, right? And that has happened plenty of times. So again, you know, we have to be fair with our comparisons. You know, people are just saying like, oh, crypto gets hacked all the time, blah blah blah. But that, okay, yeah, compared to what though? What else are we? I mean, yeah, people are greedy. They're going to find ways to steal money, crypto included. But crypto is the most potentially the safest store of value there is. I mean, more than silver and gold, because silver and gold, again, can just be taken at gunpoint. Whereas crypto, I mean, you can't. I mean, people won't memorize their wallet keys. You know, they can't. It'll be stored somewhere safe, hopefully. So they'd have to go and take that, which I guess they can do that, you know, but so anyway. I hope you get my point that it's digitally sound, hardwired into the code, and that can't be changed unless consensus allows it to be changed. And again, it's decentralized. So these are all the things that give crypto and Bitcoin its value. And so, like I said, silver has its value, crypto has its value. Fiat's crap. Fiat's crap. The dollar, you know, cash is trash. I mean, yeah, it's good for, you know, buying and selling versus digital cash. Digital cash is even more trash. But crypto is better than fiat, and gold and silver are better than fiat. So, I mean, I would challenge anyone on that. Fiat's the worst. Fiat is built-in thievery. Okay, so there you go. And it's not the same, you know, neither crypto or Bitcoin or gold and silver has theft built into it. Fiat has theft built into it. The people who control it and their friends siphon off the money, the value, inevitably. They always have. It's the rule. And there's been basically, I'd say there's been no exceptions to that rule. It's 100% the rule of fiat cash, that the people at the top take the money and we're left holding, you know, worthless cash. So that's fiat for you. Fiat's cash is trash. All right. So anyway, that's where we're all going. I mean, they're going to try and implement a digital cash, and it'll be even worse than fiat cash, even worse than physical cash. But crypto and gold and silver are the sustainable way forward for money. So I put crypto right up there with gold and silver, because, like I said, again, you cannot do world business with gold and silver. Like, how far can I travel on a car or on foot to do my business? It would just be like we'd be back in the Stone Age. And I don't believe in that. We need computers, we need technology, we need global business, and that's where crypto comes in. It's an inevitable, it's a necessity. We need to have it. It's the way forward, right? Gold and silver too. And so I see a future where gold and silver are for local exchanges, or a currency, a commodity-backed currency, so a currency that's backed by gold and silver, on a firm basis, like where you can actually trade that in, trade paper in for gold or silver on a, stable basis. And then the other one is crypto. I think we need a two-tier system. I think we need both of those. Yeah, so that's what I see going forward. And blockchain also has many other uses. One thing that I would love to build, which so far has not, blockchain is just a huge untapped resource. Voting, you could do completely immutable voting on blockchain. And I would love to build an app for that purpose. I don't have the resources, nor do I have the skill. I only have the vision. But I've been thinking about it for a long time, and it's perfect. You could have completely transparent voting, where one person gets one vote, and it's unhackable, unless people can have more than one state ID, which, I suppose people have multiple identities, but it's very few. It's very hard to do. Like you would need to, like with Know Your Customer, KYC, where you have to do a selfie and a driver's license and input all this information. You can't just create fake people out of nothing. You probably could, but it would be very hard to do. I think it would be easy to figure out that somebody's doing this, creating fake people and fake IDs. How many, I don't know how many fake IDs are out there, but like, are they attached to real people, like with the same face? I don't know. I think it'd be incredibly difficult to do, but that's the only way you could hack it. You need to create fake people. But other than that, one person, one vote. And then you could see it, everyone could go see it, decentralized, go to the blockchain, and we could count all the votes themselves. It's perfect. So anyway, I'm not secretive about this because I hope somebody built it. I would love to build it. I would love to be a part of a team that builds it. So if anyone wants to reach out to me and wants to build a voting app on blockchain with a cryptocurrency that accompanies it, I think it would be fantastic. And it could be applied to anything, like from high schools to companies to small businesses to statewide elections to national elections. It could be used for all of that, right? So anyway, these are just some thoughts about money and crypto and fiat and gold and silver and the blockchain in general. And it's my big picture view on these things. So I hope you got something out of it, and I will see you later. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.